baby? What you gonna do? What's up, Jerome's? Happy Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Happy he sees you when you're pooping. So it's almost Christmas. And so as an adult, you forget about like Christmas and the holidays. You're like, it's nice, see friends and family, eat and drink too much, the sports on, it's bowl game season, all that stuff. But when you have kids, it's amazing, man. So you get to relive all of the fun Christmas and holiday traditions and seeing things through the eyes of a kid. It's great. It's great, man. Also great is the trade that general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah pulled off at the deadline last season, bringing T.J. Hockenson. He's the top 2 tight end in the league. He might not be 2, but bringing him over to the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. I forgot that he wore number 88 in Detroit. Saying Detroit, man, this is Super Bowl. It's a bad look. That's a bad number in Detroit. Didn't Mike Williams wear 88? He looked like a tight end, even though he was a receiver technically. But yeah, TJ saving the Hawkeye from the clutches of Detroit. I mean, on the left was his rookie year. On the right was right before he got the news that he was saved and he would purify himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. But Hockenson, when asked about the revenge game narratives and all that stuff, hey, is he going to go Jake Browning? We shouldn't have never haven't traded me. It's just another team. We have to control what we can control and play as hard as we can. It will be a lot of fun. So boilerplate answer from that. And Hockenson, this is not his first time playing his old squad. They played him late in the season last year. And the Lions allegedly won. Remember, that was a game where JJ stepped out of bounds. So stupid. Like JJ would have gone off for 300. But Hockenson had 6 for 77 on 8. Thielen and KJ got themselves a touchdown in that game. Good times, man. Something that was not good times was the back-to-back Tush pushes that effectively ended the game for the Vikings and especially the offense. Where, the offense was cooking a little bit. Hockenson had himself a nice grab. And when he was tackled short of the sticks on second down, see, this always bugs me too, because I feel like there's an inordinate amount of plays on first or second down that end up a yard short of the line to gain. And especially when it happens on first down, where it's just like, man, the receiver just couldn't just like shimmy a little bit more, extend. I don't know, because it will always come back to haunt you. It's sort of like golf, where you can crush that first drive, but if you can't chip or putt, those strokes count the same as well. It's just frustrating, man. But just putting a finish on us, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gerbschmidt. Coda on the Vikings failed tush push plays in Cincinnati. Nick Mullins, who fed the local media jackals on Wednesday, said today he wished he had used different cadences, presumably to minimize the jump the Bengals defensive line got. So not only, this was just a cavalcade of errors. So not only did Kevin O'Connell call the same play back-to-back, using Nick Mullins, who does not squat 600 pounds like Jalen Hurts, and pushing with Brandon Powell, the smallest guy on the team, behind Garrett Bradbury, who's one of the smallest centers in the league, using the same cadence. So basically, everything was the same from third down to fourth down, and you wonder why you're stuck. And also, just look at this still shot, that penetration. They're just no chance. Hate it. Hate everything, man. But the much maligned Vikings offensive line is still doing very well in analytics. So pass protection ratings composite put together by Ben Baldwin. Vikings are still top dog at 81. Now it goes 40% PFF grade, SIS blown block percentage 40%, and then ESPN pass block win rate 20%. And they're all graded on a curve. So if you're the best in one of those various analytics, you're a 100. So the Vikings clock in at 100 for PFF, 68 for SIS, as well as 67 for ESPN. Beep, bop, bop, boop, putting them at 81 ahead of the Bills, the Chiefs, the Packers, as well as the Buccaneers in terms of being in the top 5 for offensive line. Now, the offensive line struggled a little bit during the Dobbs era. The Raiders game, 18 pressures and 5 sacks. All of them were on all 5 sacks were Dobbs being taken to the ground. A good portion of those sacks were on him. They gave up 12 pressures and 2 against Cincinnati. I mean, they're going to have to be holding strong, long, strong, and getting the friction on against the Lions pass rush on Sunday, and then Rashawn Gary and the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers the week after that. But I mean, protect Nick Mullins, let him distribute, keep making holes, and Ty Chandler had himself a career day. So, I mean, it doesn't feel like that, but I feel like the Vikings are finally rounding into form with the offensive line. It's like the Raiders game. Like, how weird is it that you're just like, damn it, I wish Ed Ingram would have played. It's crazy, man. But Darisaw is one of the best left tackles in the game. O'Neal is actually leading the league in pass block win rate, I believe, over on ESPN, even though he gave up a fistful of sacks against the Bears and the Raiders. Bradbury, still like a top 10 adjacent center. Is he going to rise? Is he going to fall? Don't know. And Dalton Reiser's been filling in nicely at left guard. But it does seem like the Vikings are finally getting things right on the offensive line. Something else that people get right. So the Chargers social media team is just amazing. I mean, what else would you expect from Hollywood up to no good? So Cameron Dicker, the rookie kicker from Texas, hook him, baby. So I think he's from Texas. It doesn't matter. But they're trying to get him to the Pro Bowl. It wasn't in the Pro Bowl last week because all he did was kick extra points against the stupid Raiders. But it was amazing. So, we can't play the video, but we got the screen grab of it. Don't be a D. Repost Pro Bowl vote Cameron Dicker. And basically it's a Better Call Saul, like completely over-the-top cheesy infomercial, and it's fantastic. So go check that out. Now, I love when teams are allowed to be creative, and the Chargers social media team, it's when they did the anime schedule reveal, that's great, man. I love it. Something I also love is got a lot of love for Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, system wide receiver, top 5 wide receivers in NFL history, put himself at 1, T.O. at 2, bias, much. Randy Moss at 3, Chris Carter at 4, respect. And then Megatron checking it at number 5. Now, why would you put T.O. at 2? So T.O., I feel like T.O.'s personality sort of shaded how people perceive him, and especially how the media covered him. I think that T.O. is probably top 10 wide receiver of all time. Would I put him at 2? No. But T.O. had a lot of drop issues too. But T.O., like when he was dialed in, like his performance in the Super Bowl for the Eagles against the Patriots, when he had like 9 catches on a leg that was just broken a couple weeks ago. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. But I would put Owens towards the back. I would put Randy Moss at 1. I would put Jerry Rice at 2. I would put CC at 3. I would put Fitz at 4, and then Megatron at 5. And so that's what we would do. But again, what does Jerry Rice know about receivers, man? A little bit biased. All right. He's just mad that Randy played in a Super Bowl with the Niners too. That's it, man. That's it. Speaking of the Patriots, so we are not doing this again. So Mark Daniels, beat writer for the Patriots, call it Deflategate Part 2. According to multiple sources, NFL officials didn't properly inflate the kicking balls at Gillette Stadium before Patriots matchup versus the Chiefs. We're not doing this again. We are not. Where the entire thing about Deflategate, was Tom Brady aware that balls were being deflated below the accepted window of PSIs? I don't know. Also, who cares? And it seems like it was a mountain. No, not just a mountain, like a mountain range made out of a molehill. And several NFL quarterbacks, including Aaron Rodgers, said that they do adjust the inflation of the ball. Rodgers liked it pumped up above the upper bound, and it was just people wanted to hate on the Patriots because people hate what is successful. And that's exactly the same thing with Spygate. It's exactly the same thing with Deflategate, and we are not doing this again. I swear to everything that's all. Also, hey, do you know why Deflategate became a thing? Because the Colts snitched on the Patriots. You know who's the GM of the Colts then? Ryan Grigson, who's currently in the front office with the Vikings. So, great. Fantastic. So, again, you remember all those months, and actually like almost a year, actually probably over a year, where every single story, besides LeBron, was about Deflategate. How much did Brady know? Belichick up there talking about my cousin Vinny stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. No one cared. It's terrible, man. We're not doing that again. Something that shouldn't happen. So, Lions fans, like, I understand that the Lions are rising up and they're probably going to be more formidable than the Packers and especially the Bears over the next couple of years and could be rivals for the Vikings, yes. But Lions fans have been through a lot, and I respect it because there has been some very terrible Lions years, but they're still there. They're still loud. They're still proud, all that stuff, and now they're going to get boned. Dave Burkett, beat writer for the Lions. Dan Campbell asked about the steep rise in Lions season ticket prices. Quote, don't put me in that spot. I'm not in marketing. Technically, marketing doesn't set the price. Anyways, I don't deal with ticket prices. I'm just trying to win games. So, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Football guy answer, sure. But I feel bad. I feel bad for Lions fans because now their loyalty gets nothing. So they get gouged, potentially get gouged out of their seats. But, I mean, it's the inelasticity of demand because people love their football. And obviously, if you're a Lions season ticket holder when this team was garbaggio, that means your demand is very inflexible, and you're going to be paying, you're going to be buying it, you're going to buy the PSLs, you're going to pay the raised prices, you're going to pay the extra premium for premium games, and it is what it is. But you feel bad. Where I'm an economist, like I'm very much a free market guy, but I just hate when like loyalty just gets spat. And I was like, oh, we're suddenly good. We're suddenly doing the things that we're supposed to do, a.k.a. assembling a winning football team. And now we're just going to bone you. We're just going to fist. Man, sucks. Something that also sucks is the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. But, again, I have my allegiances, but also I'm a businessman. So, over on Zillow, there is a house that you can buy in the Green Bay area for $700K. I looked at the listing. It's like a four bed, 2.5 bath. Was it 4 bed, 2 bath? One of the two. It's like, it's 1,800 square feet, unfinished basement. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you look at the view from the front yard. So, it's not even like, it's like the postcard view of Lambeau Field. So that is kind of neat. Now, if you're a huge Packer fan, like, would you live there? 9 times a year, when you have the extra home game. I'm not saying you get a playoff game. So 8 or 9 times a year, plus 1 or 2 preseason games. Like your lawn is just trashed. People there's so much commotion. Although I'm sure you could make bank off of a little bit of extra parking. Sure. But what I would do, so tear down the house. It's probably haunted anyways. And then rebuild it and completely just make it like a renter's paradise and turn this into an Airbnb a couple weekends a year. Or hell, maybe in the off season, families just want to bask in the glow of Lambeau Field during the summer. Instead of going to the Dells or Door County, they'll just go to Lambeau and just look at the stadium. Maybe they'll go to the overpriced museum. I don't know. Who knows, man? But basically just make everything so hermetic. Just like all you have to do is just go in there and then just like hose it down. I don't know, man. But obviously, Packers, whatever. But in terms of a good time, you could have a lot of fun with this. You could make this into like the party adjacent house. You could turn this into the ultimate tailgate. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't buying real estate in Wisconsin anymore. But that's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful Thursday. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.